Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today, we're looking at a paper trending on X, published on December 30th, 2025, just 4 days ago. It introduces a new architecture called GenieReasoner that unites abstract reasoning with precise motor control, achieving a 41% accuracy improvement on embodied benchmarks compared to previous models. The paper is titled Unified Embodied versus LM Reasoning with Robotic Action via Autoregressive Discretized Pre-Training. And as we'll see later, the resulting performance on real-world robotic tasks is really impressive. So Figure 1 provides a high-level overview of the GenieReasoner system. On the left, the diagram illustrates the training pipeline, which ingests multimodal web data, embodied scenarios, and raw robotics actions. In the center, the model processes these inputs using a unified transformer decoder that predicts discrete tokens, integrating a module called FACT to handle continuous control signals. Finally, the panels on the right confirm the performance gains, with the top bar chart explicitly showing that 41% jump in reasoning accuracy compared to other baselines. Alright, to systematically evaluate these skills, the authors introduced the ERIQ benchmark, which Figure 2 details. It organizes embodied reasoning into 4 key domains. The top left green panel covers spatial perception and grounding, asking the robot to locate objects or understand spatial terms. In the top right yellow section, the focus shifts to error detection and recovery, where the model must identify mistakes in execution videos. Below that, the blue panel involves planning and monitoring future steps, while the pink section on the right tests human intent understanding. Well, Table 1 compares ERIQ against prior embodied reasoning benchmarks to highlight this coverage gap. The table lists various datasets, categorizing them by media type and the specific skills they evaluate. If you look at the columns for error and human intent, you see mostly empty or half-filled circles for previous work, indicating those areas were often overlooked. By contrast, the bottom row shows that ERIQ achieves full support across all 4 reasoning dimensions, confirming it is the comprehensive framework the field needed. So Figure 4 breaks down the GenieReasoner architecture into 2 distinct phases. On the left, Panel A illustrates the training setup, where the model learns from a mix of general visual question-answering data and specific robotic action sequences. A key component here is the FACT encoder at the bottom, which compresses continuous movement data into discrete tokens so the vision language backbone can process them alongside text. Then, moving to Panel B for inference, the flow reverses. The model predicts these discrete action tokens, and the FACT decoder at the top expands them back into precise continuous control signals for the robot. Figure 5 zooms in on the internal mechanics of the FACT action tokenizer. On the left, the encoder ingests continuous action sequences, processing them through transformer blocks to generate a compressed embedding. This embedding feeds into the quantizer in the center, which converts it into the discrete tokens that the VLM predicts. Then, on the right, the decoder reverses this flow. It combines those discrete tokens with noise to reconstruct smooth, high-precision trajectories suitable for physical execution. Alright, earlier we saw the components, and now Table 2 presents the comprehensive evaluation results across 2 sections. The top panel covers spatial benchmarks, while the bottom panel focuses on complex reasoning skills like planning, human intent, and error detection. If you look at the final row for the 3 billion parameter model, it consistently outperforms its base model, and often rivals much larger systems. In fact, the bottom right column shows an ERIQ average of 82.7, which beats proprietary giants like GPT-4o Mini and Gemini 2.5 Pro. To wrap up, the key innovation here is how GenieReasoner unites abstract thought with precise motor control. By treating continuous robot actions as discrete tokens via the FACT system, it enables language models to reason about the physical world without sacrificing execution quality. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.